Hello, John.
Hello, Oliver.
And there's a referendum coming up on the 8th of March. I just want to get your opinions on what you think of it.
Yes, well, it's coming up on the 8th of March, and according to commentators, for example, Ronan Mullen says Irish children are the real losers as mothers and parents erased from the Constitution. And he's a barrister, and he's in the Senate from the University, UCD. And then another one that's a barrister, she's a lady, Maria Sheen. Women don't want to be forced away from their babies to put bread on the table. So the recommendation from a lot of commentators that have studied this is to vote no, because it'll be couched in a way that won't say what they're actually at. You know, it won't be couched. The referendum will be couched in such a way as it'll seem reasonable, and a lot of people don't seem to be able to distinguish between right and wrong and good and bad. The fact of the matter is that this referendum wants to change the meaning of marriage between a man and a woman and children in the home, and call it something else. Change the concept of a mother that wishes to rear her children, as we were all reared with the mother in the home. So when we come home from school, we had somebody to talk to if we're encountering difficulties. Now I see a lot of young children in creches because their parents are working, and that's no way for a child to experience life. At such a young early age, he begins to have a different concept of his mother and father. He just sees them in the evening before he goes to bed, or he or she. The child comes home, as we all did when we were young, and the mother was there, and we'd have various problems that we might encounter during the day in school, because when you're in school you're dealing with a variety of individuals and some bullies and that, and you often have to stand up for your principles, and often avoid results. Many a one I had myself. So you might be injured in the process, and you're coming home and you want to talk to somebody about it, your mother, and she'd be there. And so you got some sympathy and understanding. So this is very important. So this is why anything that interferes with the mother in the home, if it's possible for her to be in the home in this situation, this economic situation where it often seems to require two people to be able to provide for their home and for their food and all the rest of it. But that shouldn't be the case. If they have children, and not just the 1.5 that the apparently they have now, the birth rate is going down all over Europe, with consequences for the business of the orderly development of society. And the best way for any family to be involved is with a mother and a father in the home, and preferably the mother in the home, because the home is the hub of the whole thing. When you work, you're not working just in a vacuum. You're working to provide a home, and if you're married and then there's children, not just a 1 or 2, as a lot of people seem to only have. If you have a family of 4 or 5, well, then they need nourishment, and they need somebody to be at home. No point in planting them in creches and all the rest of it because of economic necessity. That should be about the last thing that people should do, because there has been problems about creches as well, that they weren't treated as well as they should be in the home front, and this is not right. Children growing up, and they are forming impressions even before they're born. They're forming impressions, believe it or not. It's a very complex thing, but they have feelings, believe it or not. So this is the important thing. This is why it's so important for a mother and father to have this respect for each other and for the family that they are fortunate to have. So it's imperative that Nothing in any referendum is going to interfere with that. And these two referendums will be couched in words that will not describe their meaning. And just like the business of the abortion, the meaning that was for the safety of pregnant mothers, when it meant something else. It was making the law for to kill babies. That's a dreadful occurrence, and then this is along the same lines. Only and it be couched in words that will not give us true meaning. For example, the word equality has lost its meaning because of the way it's used for all sorts of other things that it was never meant to use. So this is why it's recommended now by commentators that have studied this that not to vote no. And the Christian TV Ireland project and John Malone suggests anyone that follows us to vote no, and not to be taken in by any wording that it might appear to mean. It'll be wording that means the opposite what it might indicate.
Thank you very much, John.
Yeah, thank you.